All right, let's take a look back on this day, June 3rd, 1983. MGM released the sci-fi thriller War Games. Made on a relatively modest budget of $12 million and starring a relatively unknown actor named Matthew Broderick, the movie proved a box office success and inadvertently provided pop culture with one of the earliest and more prescient depictions of the uses and pitfalls of artificial intelligence. Now, let's be clear. This movie was pure fiction, and for everything it got right about AI, it also got a lot wrong. The plot of War Games, it's pretty straightforward. The U.S. government wants to reduce the likelihood of human error leading to a nuclear war, so it assigns oversight of a nuclear response to a stoic supercomputer called Whopper, which is programmed with a multitude of warfare scenarios and a multitude of solutions. Now, Broderick's character, a teenage hacker and gamer, accidentally breaks into the Whopper system, believing it's just a sophisticated video game. His back-and-forth interaction with the computer eventually reveals the severity of what he's tapped into as his gameplay pushes the world to the brink of nuclear destruction. Now, it should be pointed out that Hollywood trends often reflect the social mood of the moment in time, and it was at that time in the 1980s when the proliferation of computers was seen as a threat to jobs, to national security, and to global stability. Think about some of the biggest Hollywood movies back then that involved technology-fueled apocalypse. Think Blade Runner in 1982, Terminator in 1984, Reanimator in 85, or RoboCop in 87. But it was War Games that really was one of the first to portray the concept of AI and cybersecurity in a way that the masses could comprehend. Enough so that then U.S. President Ronald Reagan convened several national security meetings to determine if the fictionalized account in War Games could indeed be a reality. Now, what's so compelling about this movie is that the real threat of Whopper wasn't that it was nefarious. To an extent, it was just the opposite. The computer wanted to do the right thing, but was incapable of counting for the nuances of the world. It was a classic encapsulation of what psychologist Abraham Maslow characterized as everything looking like a nail when your only tool is a hammer. And while a War Games type of nuclear brinkmanship remains more fantasy than reality even today, until computers and AI evolve enough to comprehend the multiple shades of gray in our human existence, the benefits of ceding human decision-making to computers and to technology might be much further out in the future than the potential threats themselves.